Home Studio Start podcast.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive, powered by Home Studio Start podcast. Okay, so you know that feeling, right? You pour everything heart, soul, way too much coffee into making your podcast episode just perfect. The audio's great, the content's amazing. But then how do you actually get people to hear it? How do you stop feeling like you're just, shouting into the void?
Oh, yeah. That's the classic creator struggle, isn't it? You build something brilliant, but nobody knows it's there. It's like you need to switch on the spotlights. Great content is just like the first step without pushing it out there, getting it seen. It's just really hard for it to find its people in this, super crowded world.
Exactly. And that's what you're doing today. We're flipping those switches, diving into real strategies that work like a beacon. The goal: help your podcast reach more people, help it shine bright out there. And today's deep dive comes from a great article by Rodrigo Marquez, the founder of Home Studio Start. It's called Boost Podcast Reach: Top Strategies for Promotion Success. And he basically promises these strategies will make your podcast like the talk of the town.
Yeah, Rodrigo really nails it. He emphasizes that getting discovered isn't just, uploading and hoping for the best. It's a whole process. And these strategies kind of map it out from making it to actually connecting with listeners.
Totally. So if you're ready to see those download numbers finally start climbing, maybe build that loyal fan base you've been dreaming of. Grab a notebook, maybe, because these strategies could be your new best friends. Let's jump right in.
Okay, first up, social media. The big one, right? We all know we should be using it, but how do we actually make it work for our podcast instead of just adding to the noise?
Well, the scale is huge, obviously. Billions of people. But the real trick is being smart about it. It's not about blasting everywhere. Rodrigo really highlights this. Figure out where your potential listeners actually hang out online. That's step one.
Ah, okay. So smart targeting, not just spraying and praying. Like if my podcast has lots of visuals, maybe Instagram? Exactly. Instagram's perfect for that eye-catching graphics, little video clips, audiograms, that sort of thing. Twitter's great for faster stuff like quick Q&As or new episode dropped announcements. And if you're doing something more business-focused, LinkedIn has that professional vibe, right?
Yeah, makes sense. But I see so many podcasters just post the episode cover art and that's it. What's the big mistake there? How do we go beyond just announcing stuff and actually connect?
That's such a key point. Engagement is everything. You can't just post and ghost. You've got to interact, answer comments, join conversations, ask people what they think. Think about a show like My Favorite Murder on Instagram. They don't just advertise episodes. They use polls, they chat in the comments, they build a whole community vibe. That's the difference.
Okay, so it's about making listeners feel like they're part of something, not just consumers. And what about actually getting seen in the first place? Hashtags, collaborations, how do those fit in?
Hashtags are like little signposts, yeah. But don't just use the giant ones. Go niche. Think specific. Not just hashtag podcasts, but maybe hashtag indie game dev podcasts or hashtag vegan baking tips, Find your people. And collabs. Huge potential. Partnering with influencers or other podcasters lets you tack right into their audience. Like Joe Rogan brings on guests from all over the place, right? And that naturally pulls in listeners interested in those specific guests or topics.
So it's really about building a little hub for your show on social, not just dropping links, a place people actually want to hang out.
Exactly that. You turn passive listeners into people who actually talk about and share your show. It's way more powerful than just broadcasting.
Right.
It fosters real loyalty.
Speaking of direct lines,
Yeah.
Let's talk email lists. Feels a bit, old school sometimes compared to flashy social media.
Yeah.
Why is it still so important?
Oh, it's a powerhouse, truly. Think of it like your own personal megaphone. Unlike social media where algorithms decide who sees what, email lands right in their inbox. You own that connection. It's direct, it's reliable, you're in control. That's huge.
Right, owning the channel. That makes a lot of sense. So if someone's just starting out, how do they even begin building a list? Seems daunting.
Start simple, think long-term. Rodrigo suggests just putting a sign-up form on your podcast website. That's step one. Then, give people a reason to sign up. An incentive. We call it a lead magnet. Offers something valuable for free in exchange for their email, like a downloadable checklist, a quick guide. If you have a music production podcast, maybe offer a PDF like top 10 free VST plugins. That kind of thing works really well.
Ah, okay. Give them something good right away. Makes sense. But once you have their email, what do you do with it? Besides just new episode out.
That's where people miss a trick. Consistent communication is key, yeah, but make it interesting. Share exclusive stuff, behind the scenes stories, maybe funny outtakes, or even just your own thoughts on the episode topic that didn't quite fit in. Make them feel like insiders. It keeps them engaged and makes them feel genuinely valued, not just another number on a list.
And making the emails more effective, I've heard about segmenting lists.
Yes. Okay, this is where it gets really smart. Segmenting just means grouping subscribers based on what they like or how they behave. So for that music production podcast again, maybe you notice some people always click on your Dear reviews. You could create a segment for them and send just them emails about new tech or special beer deals. It makes the emails super relevant so people are way more likely to open them and click.
Wow. Okay, so it's like tailoring the conversation. Do you have an example of this working well?
Yeah. Rodrigo mentions this indie music podcaster. She sent out a bi-weekly newsletter, simple stuff, artist spotlight, playlist, personal note. Her open rates were consistently over 45%, and she always saw download spikes right after sending an email. It just shows how powerful nurturing that direct relationship can be, turns listeners into a real community.
That direct line to your biggest fans. Imagine that. It's more than just downloads. It's that deeper connection.
Exactly. You're cultivating something real, making people feel invested in you and your show.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk about teaming up, cross-promotion. Sounds like a win-win, but what's the best way to actually make these partnerships work?
It's powerful because it's basically like a mutual boost, right? You team up with other creators, maybe influencers or brands, and you both get access to each other's audiences. It's super efficient for reaching new people who are probably already listening to podcasts.
So guesting is a big part of this, like having people on your show, but also going on theirs.
Totally. Both ways work. Invite someone popular in your niche onto your show. They add value, and they'll probably tell their audience about it, bringing listeners over. Think getting a well-known marketing guru on your business podcast. And then you should actively look for chances to be a guest on other relevant podcasts yourself. If you have a wellness show, maybe guest on a fitness podcast. It introduces you to a whole new but related audience.
Guesting sounds great, but are there common pitfalls, like mistakes people make when trying to set these things up?
Oh, definitely. A big one is not doing your research. Don't just randomly email every podcast out there. Make sure their audience is actually a good fit for your content. Another mistake is making it all about you. Think about how you can provide value to their listeners first. And social media swaps are another great, simple tactic. You just agree with another podcaster to share each other's stuff. Maybe you do an Instagram story about their latest episode. They tweet about yours. Easy exposure.
And what about doing like whole episodes together? That sounds like it could be really cool.
Can be awesome. Collaborating on a special joint episode gives both audiences something fresh and different. It really encourages people to check out the other show. You could tackle a trending topic together or do some kind of creative crossover segment. Imagine that wellness podcast and the fitness podcast doing a joint episode on how mind and body connect. Cool content, double the reach.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's like smart networking, really. Building alliances that help everyone grow.
Exactly. And the recommendation feels more organic because it's coming from a source the listener already trusts. It works really well.
Okay, moving from people networks to digital ones.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get into the slightly more technical stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Optimizing for podcast SEO and directory listings. Sounds a bit dry, maybe, but seriously important for getting found right.
Oh, absolutely critical. The podcast world is just exploding, so getting discovered is harder than ever. SEO and getting your directory listings right, that's like the foundation for being visible. You could have the best show ever, but if people can't find it when they search, it's kind of lost. This helps build that audience long term.
Right. So step one is keywords in the title and description, not just naming it Bob's Thoughts.
Uh-huh. Yeah, probably aim for something more descriptive. You need relevant, specific keywords baked right in, instead of just food podcasts, maybe quick weeknight vegan meals or something like that. Be specific to your niche. Tools like Google Keyword Planner can help you figure out what terms people are actually searching for.
And show notes. I usually just see a quick summary. How do they help with SEO?
Good show notes are huge for SEO. Go beyond just a summary. Highlight key topics, maybe add timestamps so people can jump around. And definitely include links to anything you mentioned, books, websites, tools, whatever. It makes the notes way more valuable for the listener, and it gives search engines more text to crawl, boosting your visibility.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
And getting listed everywhere, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, etc. Is it really that big a deal if, like, the cover art is slightly different on one?
Consistency is surprisingly important, yeah. You need
Yeah.
to be in all the major directories, for sure. But the key rule Rodrigo emphasizes is uniformity. Same title, same description, same cover art everywhere. He even gives an example of a podcaster whose downloads dipped because they updated cover art on one platform but forgot the others. It confuses things.
Wow, really? Just inconsistent art can hurt you.
It can. Think about it like branding. If it looks different in different places, it can seem unprofessional or just confusing for listeners and even the platform algorithms. You want it to be instantly recognizable and consistent. Same goes for using tags and categories properly. Those aren't just for sorting, they're like little breadcrumbs leading people to your show.
So use them strategically. If you're doing digital marketing, tag with SEO, content marketing, social media, that sort of thing.
Exactly. It helps the directories understand what your show is about and recommend it to the right people. It's all about making it easy for your ideal listener to find you.
Okay, last big strategy, and this one can feel like a major step up. Paid advertising and sponsorships. Is this really a game changer?
It definitely can be. While the other stuff builds more organically, paid ads and sponsorships can give you a significant, often much faster boost in visibility. They let you target specific groups in a way that's hard to do just organically. You're putting your show right in front of people likely to be interested.
So paid ads on places like Facebook, Instagram, Google. How do you make those work specifically for a podcast, not just a product?
Yeah, those platforms are powerful because of their targeting. If you do a tech podcast, you can target ads directly at people interested in tech, specific gadgets, or industry news. Go beyond just demographics. Think interests, online behaviors, maybe even target people who look like your current listeners. Key things. Set a clear budget first. Define who you're trying to reach. Make your ads engaging, maybe a short, catchy audio clip from the show or a cool visual. Don't just say, listen now. Maybe pose an interesting question from the episode. And track everything. Use the analytics to see what's working, test different ads. A/B testing is your friend here.
Okay, that makes sense. And sponsorships. How does that work beyond just like reading an ad script?
Sponsorships are cool because you can partner with brands that really align with your show's topic. That builds credibility for both of you. Like a sustainable living podcast partnering with an eco-friendly company, it makes perfect sense and introduces your show to their audience. When you approach potential sponsors, make sure you highlight your audience, who they are, how engaged they are. That's what sponsors want to know.
And it doesn't have to be just one standard ad read, right? You can offer different things.
Definitely. Be flexible. Offer options like short mentions at the beginning, pre-rolls, longer segments in the middle, maybe even dedicated episodes if it's a really good fit. The goal is always that win-win, they get exposure, you get support, and maybe reach their audience too. It's really about investing strategically to grow faster.
Wow, okay. So as we wrap this up, we've really covered a lot. A whole toolkit for getting your podcast heard. Started with understanding your audience, really nailing social media, then that direct power of email lists.
Yeah, then we looked at collaborating through cross-promotion, getting found with SEO and directories, and finally, how you can strategically use paid ads and sponsorships to really accelerate things.
So what's the takeaway for you listening right now? Well, these strategies aren't just a list to check off. Your show, your audience, they're unique. The real magic happens when you start experimenting, right? See what clicks.
Absolutely. Rodrigo Marquez from Home Studio Start suggests trying maybe one new strategy each month, see how it goes, tweak your approach. But, beyond all these tactics, maybe the big question to think about is, what's that special spark? What's the unique thing about your podcast, your community, that when you amplify it with these strategies, makes it totally essential for your listeners?
That's the heart of it, isn't it? Finding that unique magic. Well, we've taken a deep dive today into boosting your podcast reach, thanks to the insights from Rodrigo and Home Studio Start. Now it's your turn. Go dive in, try some things out, and watch your podcast really start to flourish.